master. Hello students, welcome you back to the course of cloud computing. We are in the unit 5 and we are going through the concept on cloud software environments. We already saw one cloud software environment called as OpenNebula. So we will see two more in this lecture. So the second type of cloud software environment is called as Eucalyptus. You can otherwise expand it to Elastic Utility Computing Architecture for linking your programs to useful systems. So it is again an open source software platform for implementing infrastructure as a service. And you can do it in a private or a hybrid cloud environment. And it pools together existing virtualized infrastructure to create cloud resources, and you can provide it as a service. So infrastructure as a service, network as a service, or storage as a service. All three together only is called as infrastructure as a service. So the diagram, you can see the various features. We will see the details in. So the Eucalyptus features include, it supports both Linux and Windows virtual machines. And you have the API compatible with Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud Platform, that is EC2. So meaning to say that you can even utilize Amazon's this compute platform. So that is why we mentioned in the beginning itself, it is heterogeneous. So it does not restrict you to sit with one cloud service provider. You can always take services from different people. And it is also compatible with the AWS and simple storage service of Amazon S3. Already we have studied that in unit 3. And it works with hypervisors similar to OpenNebula. Here also you can work with VMware, Zen and KVM. And it can be installed and deployed from source code, that is in all distributions of Linux and also the distributions from Red Hat. So all these operating systems are supported. That is what you are trying to say here. And internal processes communications are secure through SOAP and WS security. SOAP is service oriented architecture. So it includes lot of services. So you are able to do all that. And then multiple clusters can be virtualized as a single cloud also. And administrative features like user group management, reports, all that is available. And there are also additional features added up in the newest version. Of course, auto scaling. You know very well what auto scaling is. So resources can be up or down based on the policies defined in the APIs. And then elastic load balancing. You are providing fault tolerance for applications. And CloudWatch is used for collecting metrics, setting alarms, identifying the trend of usage, and so on. Something like a clock monitoring your utilization. And then resource tagging. You can develop small reports and utilization application programs to find out what you are actually doing. So reporting work. And then extended instances type. You can align your work with other heterogeneous cloud service providers. And then maintenance. Of course, maintenance is a very important feature. You have to take care of the virtual machine's hard drive, evacuation, how the maintenance window is maintained, all that you have to take care. So all these features are also added in Eucalyptus. Then coming to the software architecture, just as we saw in OpenNebula, these are all some of the terminologies. So images means the same only. It is the same image. Every instance will be called as an image. So that is what they are trying to say. When an image is put to use, it is called as an instance. When it is created as a scene, it becomes an image. And IP addressing means for that particular instance, to which IP address it is assigning, to which customer it is giving. And then security, we have firewall rules. And networking can be done in 3 modes: managed mode, and then system mode, and then static mode. And then access control, it is giving the identification, access control, authorization, all this is also provided. So these are some of the terminologies in Eucalyptus. So coming to the components, you have this management console and APIs. Then you have the cloud controller, and you have scalable object storage. Then you have the cluster controller, similarly the storage controller. So you have nodes. So let's take it from below. So nodes means every user. So every user is going to be given a VM or the virtual machine. So in order to control that, you have a node controller. All these node controllers are controlled by the cluster controller. And of course, while we are controlling the nodes, we will require storage, which is taken care by the storage controller. And when you move up, the clusters will be controlled by the cloud controller. And of course, storage also scalable objects. So if I want to scale up, scale down, then the scalable object storage will take care. And APIs and the management console will be responsible for providing the services. Whatever the node or the user has requested, those services will be deployed by the management console and the compatible APIs. So you can see it in a little more detailed manner. You can see that the web browser is there, and all our simple object access protocols, as I told you. And REST is representational state transfer. So all these are applications. So these applications are taken care by the cloud controller, and Walrus is again one equivalent of simple storage service. Just like how Amazon has S3, our Eucalyptus has Walrus. So this is the storage part, this is the controller part. Through that, any cluster can be controlled, and every cluster is going to have a n number of nodes which are controlled by the node controller. So this is the architecture as far as Eucalyptus is concerned. So we'll stop here and continue in the next lecture, the next time. Thank you.